Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Robosen Performance Bumblebee. And
how's it going?
I've tried to film this twice now, and he keeps doing that. When he hears his name, he wants to participate. So I guess that's reasonable enough for a robot. This guy is a smaller robot, somewhat less involved than the previous two that I have looked at from these guys. Though it does have some unique features, so that's pretty cool. This one comes in at a price point of, I think, MSRP of $3.99. Again, I want to make it clear, these are not action figures. If this was an action figure for $3.99, no way would it be worth anywhere close to that, not even a little bit. But it is a robot with servo, like, they're robots that are made to look like Transformers. They have all of the internals of like actual functional robots, and that's why they are technically, production-wise, worth that amount of money. If it's not worth it to you, that's fine. I get it. That's a big chunk of change for a toy. Essentially is what it's going to be, a toy. But they are robots, and that's why the prices are what they are, and I think they are reasonable given the functionality of the robots. Now, these are sent to me, this one as well as the last one, I already told you about that one, was sent to me as a review sample. That's all that involved. They don't tell me what to say, nothing like that. They don't care, I just have to review it the way I would review anything. And the only difference is like I have to tag them in stuff. That's it. That's the only thing. So if this thing's a piece of crap, I'll let you know. I showed you last time the Optimus fell over. That kind of stuff happens. That's how my reviews go. Okay, so this Bumblebee, let's talk about how tall he is. He did it again. This guy stands just about a little. I don't know why that's happening. I think something I said sounded like one of his commands. I think when I said something, it sounded like I said dance. So, I don't know. Apparently. So. Okay. We're not going to say that again. I want to get this height measurement done. It's about 13 inches, okay? And that's going to be about 34 centimeters. So about probably 13 and a quarter and then 34 centimeters. All right, so this guy's name is Performance. I'm not going to say his name again. And I believe, I'm not 100% clear on this, I looked at the website, it seems to me that his servos are some kind of upgraded version of the servos that are a little bit more, I guess, powerful. I don't know, but he seems to be very good at doing rapid motion. And he likes to lean over a whole bunch and do certain things that the other ones might not have been so inclined to do. So that's a good thing. Granted, he is smaller, so that might play a role. But he does seem to move very well. You saw when I accidentally told him to do that thing, that I'm not going to say, he did a very good job of that. All right, but what I want to do first is actually show you the robot with him not being on. So let's see if the voice command works to, hey Bumblebee.
How's it going?
Shut down.
See you later.
All right. Okay, that's much nicer than the Revenge of the Beasts, or whatever it was called. Rise of the Beasts, Revenge of the Fallen, Optimus Prime. Not Revenge of the Fallen. I just keep saying the wrong thing. Rise of the Beasts, Optimus Prime. When he shut down, he went into a dynamic action pose and then took a header. This guy goes into classic, traditional, offensively stereotypical robot pose, which is a good thing because he's not just gonna crush himself. All right, so that's a good thing. However, as with the other robots, though it's not really recommended to pose these guys for the longevity of the servos, I wouldn't do it a whole lot. But also, they're not meant to be posed. This guy can particularly well compared to the other Optimus or the other robots, the Optimuses. His arms are smaller, his servos are stronger. He can hold a pose pretty damn well without being turned on. So that's a good thing. His arms, no problem at all for posing. Downside for this guy is he has no bicep swivel, okay? He has no torso articulation at all. The head obviously does move. That's nice. Hips are pretty much standard, knees are pretty much standard. There is no thigh swivel on this guy either. Okay, and then his legs and knees are everything you would expect them to be. But they are heavier and the servos are not as strong, so you won't be able to pose him as well. Now, I am saying this knowing that some people are going to want to do it and they want to know, so I'm showing you, but you should not pose this guy and just leave him on your shelf because the hips and legs are not designed for it. He could easily wipe out. A little bit of leaning gets him just to go completely crumple. The joints are not meant to hold a pose. I know that's a problem for some people, but this is a robot, not an action figure or a statue. So yes, you could probably balance him in a pose, but as soon as he leans just a little bit too far, his joints just give way. It's not going to work. So that's a problem for posing. All right. Okay, let me turn it back on. Okay. All right. So now he's safe. When he's on, he's safe. Hiya. Okay. Wonderful. All right, so let's talk about the aesthetic a little bit. I just wanted to have him on so that I could trust him to not take a header. The yellow plastic is slightly metallic. It doesn't appear to be painted, but it looks really, really nice. The windows, I think those are also plastic, maybe clear plastic with paint underneath or another color plastic underneath. I'm not sure, but that looks really good. Black plastic is just your standard black plastic. Doesn't really have any finish to it. Maybe there's the tiniest bit of metal flake in there. Maybe. Hard to say. But either way, the parts that are separate pieces or painted, it's all very clean. It's all well put together. It is definitely a product from a robotics company. So that's a good thing. The face, I think they did a really good job with the face. I like the face. It's kind of like a pearlescent white. The eyes do glow very nicely. You can't tell right now because of the studio lighting, but they do glow. And then, or they light up, I should say. And then his headlights down here on his feet, they also light up. You can probably tell those are illuminated right now, so that's pretty good. Autobot logo is nice and clean. I know I'm not looking at it right now. Let's do that. There we go. Very nice and clean. It's embossed, not just painted on, so that's cool. And then he does come with one accessory, so he looks good. It's a much more basic design. It's G1 Bumblebee. There's not a whole lot of intricate paint jobs like we saw in the last one, but still looks good for what it is. You know, there are some panels here and there, so that's nice. But he does come with one accessory, which is his gun. If I can get it out of his hand. All right, there we go. Gun is very basic. It's just silver plastic. It's a nice silver. Looks good. Nice sharp sculpt. And it has this thing in the front where I don't know if... Yeah, it's not working on camera. It doesn't actually light up, but the way light reflects off of whatever's in there through that reddish pinkish lens, it does look like it's illuminated. So that's pretty cool. I like that. It doesn't work well under the filming conditions we have right now, but it does look really nice. Okay, so like I said, much more basic. That's the only accessory. That's it for the aesthetic. Let's talk about robotic functionality. It does have voice commands, and it does have the app on the phone. The app on the phone works much like the original Optimus. I'll show you some stuff with it in a little bit, but if you want to check out that review, it'll be up in that corner. But for now, let's work on some voice commands. Let's see how he functions. You already heard me tell him to turn off, which was a good thing. That worked. You can adjust his volume by saying his name and then telling him to go up or down, or like turn it up or turn it down. And you obviously can make him do that one thing that we don't want him to do again. But this one can walk. It does not transform, I want to be clear. It doesn't transform. It would have been really cool if it did. I suspect it just wouldn't have been possible with the shape of Bumblebee being what it is.
How's it going?
Okay, he heard me say his name. Move forward. Okay, so he does walk. You can adjust the speed, so that's pretty cool. They have some fancy, like, automated gait adjusting technology in him that adjusts the speed of the walking when you tell him to walk different speeds and stuff. It seems to just be a setting in the app, so that's cool. Hey, Bumblebee.
How's it going?
Move backward. All right, so I want to be clear. Or not clear, but transparent, I guess. Wait, that's the same thing. I want to note that my surface is extra slick. So when you watch him walk, I think this is particularly natural for a robot. It looks extra good, but his feet are slipping probably more than they want them to. And that's why it looks a little bit less good. Move forward. All right, we'll just bring him closer to the camera. Then we'll tell him to do some stuff, see how that works. Hey, Bumblebee.
How's it going?
Attack. Okay, so as you can see, he's got a variety of voice commands. And he's able to do a lot of different poses. Let's go ahead and take a look at the app. I don't know why he keeps doing that. I do find that some things that have to recognize voices sometimes, because my voice is deep, have trouble. So that might be what's going on here. Let me bring up the app and I'll show you how this works. So there is music and stuff. I'm gonna have the music turned off because I don't want to have a problem with anybody's copyright issues. Let me see if I can focus on here. All right, so we're gonna connect. Turn on Bluetooth. Probably need that on too, just in case. Okay, so I have it connected. You can do the programming just like before. You can do block-based or manual. You have some different options, and they're okay. So it turns off voice functioning, and then I know I have a thing on my camera that makes it hard to see, but you can get the idea. It's block-based programming just like before. You pose the arm, press the button, pose it again, or whatever body part. You just keep doing that, and it's super simple. Then you can put in your own programming. We don't have a lot of time. Yeah. We don't have a ton of time in this review because it could go on forever if we get into that. But you can do other things. So let's go to the download center, for instance. All right. So these are all of the different ones that are pre-built in. Let me see if I can. There we go. All right. So those are the ones that are pre-built in, and you can just tap them, and it should. Here, let's just do it. It should just play them.
It's your birthday? Now that's something to buzz about. Happy birthday to one of my favorite humans.
Okay, so I just clicked on birthday one because my birthday's coming up, and I thought it would be fun. All right, can we focus on this, please? All right, good. There we go. All right, so those are all the built-in ones. There is a download center, and I'm doing this in the camera, so I can't really see. Okay, so these are all different ones that you can get. Let's just try Blast Some Cons. So we're going to download that. You do have to be connected in order to download. That's why we're doing it on camera right here. So that should be there. So the one we just downloaded is right there now. So we'll tap that and see what he does.
Okay, let's go. Time to blast some cons.
Okay, so that was just another example. You can program it to do whatever you want. It has all kinds of different features. It's basically the same thing as the first Optimus Prime, just with less functionality in the limbs. Like I said, it's missing a few different joints, but it does all work basically the same. And then the other cool thing about the app, which I want to try while we have it here, is the remote control. So so you have different things here and different things here. You can adjust the walk speed, and you can do automatic standing, and that means to avoid hand injuries, do not hold the robot after enabling this feature. So what this feature does is, if you knock the robot over, it will stand itself up. So that doesn't necessarily mean if it's doing a thing and it falls, it'll fix itself. If you walk it off a ledge or something and it doesn't break, it's not catastrophic, it'll stand itself up. So that's pretty cool. I don't know how it knows that, but it seems to be able to do that. I kind of want to just test it. So let's see, we have it turned on. I kind of want to just see, if I just lay it down, I wonder, can you get yourself up? Oh, that's freaking cool. So it just knows that it's laying down. I don't know if you guys could see that, so I'll just, okay, look, it fell down. He just gets right back up. That is cool. I like that. So that's probably one of the benefits of the stronger servos and him being smaller, and I'm guessing they just have some kind of gyroscope in there. Some kind of, well, it's probably not a Mercury switch. Anyway, that's awesome. I didn't know. I wonder if it can do backwards. Before I even got him on the table, he was doing it. That is freaking cool. Okay, I am now officially thoroughly impressed with this robot. I wonder if I can... I don't want to do that. I was going to try laying him on his arm, but that seems iffy. Okay, so let's see how the controls work. So I'm just going to see if I can make him walk forward a little bit. All right, that works nicely, and it's prompt, it's snappy response. Doesn't take too long to get him going. We'll go back. All right. And then when you let go, it stops fast enough that if he's not already falling off the table or something, he's probably not going to. We'll get him to go to the side. All right, so going to the side is slow, probably because as he's trying to push off on my table, he's just slipping. But it does work. Okay, so the pre-built things and the voice commands, those are all cool. But to me, it's all about the walking, the remote control features. Those are cool. I like that. And this is my first time doing it. It's not like I warmed up for the review or anything, and it's fairly easy to control. So let's see what happens if I tap that. Okay. All right, so that was... Okay, that was pretty cool. I didn't have his gun in there because I didn't know like what I was gonna do as far as pretending he was knocked down or whatever. But that was me tapping the gun button right here. I know it's not easy to see, but let's just do it again. I want to see with the gun in his hand. I really like the way they programmed the animations. It's so fluid. There's so like the little wiggling going on in there. That's pretty cool. All right, I'm officially sold on this. The remote control definitely makes it more fun. Let me hit the one that says hi.
Hey, it's great to see you. What's your name?
Okay, and then there's one that says random, which I'm guessing we'll just go through any of the other options. All right, but then we also have this one, this over here. I don't know what those do. We're gonna press them and see what happens. All right, so that one just apparently does a little leg thing. Let's do the other one that looks like a leg thing. All right, so they're just some little kicks, I guess. Let's see what this one is. This is like a star. All right, I gotta show you guys the feet as he does this one. So the feet are strong enough to lift up the whole robot. That's pretty cool. All right, let's do the one that looks like a hand wave. I just want to see what it is, what it can do.
All systems are go.
All right, and then there's a sad face. I want to do the sad face.
Aw, shucks.
All right, that's pretty cool. I want to see the walking speed settings. All right, so I think we just set it to walk faster, so let's see. Oh, he really takes off. He really gets going. All right, let's give this one a shot. I wanted to show you how fast he can walk. Okay, I could definitely see having some fun with this. Now, the Optimus Prime, the big one that I had the other day, can walk and do all this stuff too. The app just wasn't working, but it will. But this thing's pretty fun once you get it into remote control mode. The voice mode, yeah, it's pretty limited. But this is pretty darn cool. Now, it does have some other features, which I'm not going to get into because I'd have to get the other Optimus out to do that. But you can actually have him interact with the first Optimus Prime, the bigger version, and they can just interact with each other and do some certain things. But I don't know how much you're going to want to do that because you're really risking some collisions probably. But this thing's pretty darn cool. You know, it's whatever with the voice controls for me. I don't care that much about that because they're relatively limited, and he tends to want to do things that you don't want him to do. Same thing with just pressing the buttons for the actions. Until you program something really advanced in there, it's going to be kind of boring. The remote control is really where it's at. I think that's going to be where you have the most fun. And after playing with the remote control, I gotta say, it is a lot of fun, and this thing is pretty cool. Now, question is it worth the $400 as a robot? I think technically yes. I do think the limited range, like he doesn't have the bicep swivels or thigh swivels or waist or anything like that, so he is missing some stuff from the original Optimus. I don't know if that's quite the right breakdown, considering he's relatively basic looking and he has less functionality. That does make him a little bit more user-friendly, and he's able to basically run and do some things that the other ones can't do, so I think it's kind of a trade-off. I do think it is worth the price point. Again, these are not action figures, these are not kids' toys, these are highly precise robots. I mean, I know they're big, goofy cartoon robots, practically speaking, but the joints and the things that make them work, highly precise. Servos, all kinds of computer chips, all kinds of stuff going on here. So I do think it's awesome. I think it's worth the money, and actually I had a lot of fun playing with it just now doing the remote functionality. So there it is, guys. I definitely would recommend this if you're in the market for robots. If you're in the market for just action figures, then probably not. Like, most definitely not. Or statues. It is what it is. Trying to make it something else would be silly. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos almost every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. In the meantime, keep collecting.